Hi Aquarius, welcome to your Sealing the Timeline reading. There's an astrological event taking place and it will be complete on September the 14th of 2019. At this time, whatever energies we've carried with us up until that point will continue in our lives for the next 12 years. So whenever I heard about this, I did a personal reading for myself and it was pretty powerful about some things that I should consider looking at that possibly I haven't really been paying attention to. So I thought I should come and do the same thing for you. We're going to ask Spirit, what are the energies that you should consider as you get ready to move into this next 12-year cycle? There's a link in the description. It is to the video that explains this whole event, because I am not an astrologer by any means, but I am aware how the movement of the planets affect the energy in and around us. So anyway, we're going to ask God, our angels, the archangels, and our guides and the Holy Spirit to show us as it regards to love, romantic love, as it regards to money, as it regards to or relates to family, friends, and coworkers, and as it relates to our health and wellness. Okay, so with that said, I'm going to ask God, our guides, our angels, our archangels, and the Holy Spirit, please give us clarification and confirmation and validation on the things, the energies that we need to pay attention to or should consider as we get ready to move into this next cycle, this astrological cycle that's going to begin on September the 14th. We thank you for your guidance. We thank you for your clear and concise messages. We thank you for just talking to us. Ha! Okay. So with regard to Aquarius and being able to walk into this timeline in your highest, in alignment with your highest self, I'm going to ask, in regard to love, what energy should you consider? And I'm getting suffering and silence. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the energy for all of these, and then I'm going to pull 3 clarifiers for each one, and then we're going to dig into the actual message relating to each topic. Okay. Moving right along, show us clearly what is it that Aquarius should consider when it comes to money in regard to this timeline that's being sealed and allowing them to walk into this next cycle in alignment with their highest good. What is the energy in regard to money that they should consider? Okay, and we're getting wisdom. All right, and in regard to families, friends, and coworkers, show us the energies that, or the energy that Aquarius should consider as they move into this next cycle, this 12-year cycle. We're getting wish fulfillment. Okay, good. And then in regard to health and wellness. Now this health and wellness is going to include your physical health, your mental health, your spiritual health. It's mind, body, spirit. So in regard to health and wellness, what energies should Aquarius consider as we move into this next cycle? Okay. And we're getting new beginnings. Okay. Very cool. Now we're going to use the fairies. They always have a lot to say, and Spirit speaks well through them. And we're going to find out clearly, what is it in regard to love, romantic love? Why is this suffering and silence card showing up for Aquarius? What is it that they need to consider about that as they move into this next cycle that begins on September the 14th? What is it in regard to love, romantic love, that they need to understand about suffering and silence? We're getting, the 8 of autumn. We're getting the 3 of summer. And we're getting the 2 of spring. Okay. And in regard to money, Aquarius got wisdom. Show us what it is about wisdom that they need to consider in regard to money. Show us clearly, why is wisdom showing up in the money category? There you go. That was pretty, we got the Prince of Summer. We got Strength. And we got Four of Autumn. Okay. And in regard to family, friends, and co-workers, show us clearly what is it that Aquarius should consider as they move into this next cycle, and why are they getting fulfillment, wish fulfillment in this area. Show us, what is it about wish fulfillment? What is showing, why is that showing up in this area? Okay. We're getting Queen of Spring, Awakening, and King of Summer. Okay. And in regard to health and wellness, we've got New Beginnings. Show us clearly, why is New Beginnings showing up in health and wellness? Show us clearly, why is New Beginnings showing up in health and wellness as it relates to this upcoming 12-year cycle? Okay. We've got Four of Summer. Got Unity. And we've got Princess of Spring. Okay. I am now going to put on my glasses, and we're going to go to work with these messages. I don't know why I grabbed the book. We're going to go to work with these messages. Okay, so in love, you got Suffering in Silence. Now, one of the things that I like about this card is it's the same as the Nine of Swords, okay, in the regular tarot. So in that particular, on that particular card, you see like a wounded warrior, like somebody who's been through a lot. And so this is telling me that you've been through a lot. But what else it's telling me, or the other thing it's telling me, is this person, it's a woman, but this is never gender specific. So the person sitting alone at the top of this rock is not defeated. She is not defeated. You can tell by her posture. She's not sitting necessarily straight up, but she's not slumped over in defeat. She's a little bit hunched over, but it's almost like she's reaching for this light. It's almost like she's saying, show me, show me what it is about me. Show me what it is that you want from me, to God. And I say God, you can call it whatever you want. The universe, Allah, it doesn't matter. You call it whatever you want. But she's arcing to that for guidance in that area of her life. And again, this is not gender specific. So this is the Eight of Autumn, and it is the same as the Eight of Pentacles, okay? And the Eight of Pentacles is about increasing culmination in the things that, it can't, a lot of people relate to money, but it's not necessarily money. It's anything in the material world. And a relationship is something that we have and that we interact in the physical world. So, and the other thing about the Eight of Pentacles is it's indicative of a student, somebody who's willing to learn, somebody who's willing to find out more. So remember I told you it's like she's arcing toward the sun, toward the light, toward God, saying, show me. So, and I think what God is actually, or your spirit guides, or whoever you're relating to, what they're showing you or asking you is to be a student of you for a little while, okay? Consider that as you walk into this next phase, okay? So remember what I said, that whatever energies we're carrying with us, whatever energies we have with us on September 14th will carry with us. So I think I feel what they're saying is drop the insecurities about yourself and instead, like, it's almost like they want you to look at your life, like use your own self like as a science lab, and reflect on things that have happened in the past, in relationships, these relationships that have been so hard that you've battled through. Reflect on those and look at that life experience kind of like a science lab, and start learning from yourself and from your own experiences what it is maybe that you want, what it is that makes you worthy. By the way, just being makes you worthy, just in case you didn't know that. But things like that, and use these experiences from the past, these battles that have won, as this culmination of wisdom, this culmination of I get lost for words when I'm doing these things. A culmination, like building blocks. I'm seeing building blocks, like every relationship that hasn't worked out has added another block on your way to finding yourself. See these steps that she walked up on this to get on the top of this rock? It's like every relationship was another step to get to where she is right now, where she's just arcing toward God, arcing toward the light, saying, show me who I am in your eyes. Because let me tell you, if you see yourself through your Creator's eyes, you will be amazed. You'll be amazed. You'll be humbled. You'll be amazed. It's just an incredible feeling whenever you become connected with the source of who you are. Okay, so the next card you got was the Three of Summer. And this is about, in the tarot, this is about celebrating, okay? And what I want you to see is that it's like these women, and again, this isn't gender specific, they've gone back to innocence and purity, played in the stream, splashed in the water. You know, how many of us, I'm 54, how many of us in our 50s go and just splash around in a brook somewhere, you know? But it's like, find that innocence, that purity in yourself. I'm hearing drop the agenda. Drop the agenda. Some of us grow up thinking that the best life in the world is going to be whenever we're married, have 2.5 kids, picket fence, and all that other stuff. And then life happens, and sometimes we've achieved it, and then it all fell apart. Okay, but in spite of all of that, you are a beautiful person with so much to offer, not only other people but yourself. Okay, and you'll find that whenever you get back to this purity. I mean, there's just nothing to me more exciting than water. I love water. I love being at the beach, being at the ocean, all that stuff, and the movement of the water. And the water's moving, but they're also moving it. And there's just something about that that's just so life-giving. So I feel like they're telling you to get back to that pure part of yourself, that pure part of yourself that just wants to enjoy life, and for a while just forget about all the things that don't allow you to enjoy life at this time, you know, because we all have responsibilities and things. Okay, and the Two of Spring, yeah. It's what this is kind of saying, that you've kind of already started this journey. Okay, so and this is the card you got. So perhaps some of you might be feeling like you'll never find that love of your life. You're feeling like that it doesn't even exist for you, or you're feeling like you know who they are and they're just not coming around, you know, or you just can't make it work, or it's just not clicking. Things just aren't clicking right in that department, okay? But again, she has learned from every single step she's taken on this journey, and now she's looking there. She's tried the dating sites. She's tried all the classes that tell you how to get a man. I hate those classes. She's tried all of the, I'm sorry if you teach those classes, I apologize. I don't like the games that some of these classes promote, that it has to be a game. Because this is where, whenever we can drop the facade, when we can drop the facade and just be who we are, then we can offer ourselves pure and true. And whenever we can offer ourselves pure and true, guess what we attract? Pure and true. It's just the way life works. So this is saying you've already started down this journey where you've decided, okay, I'm just taking a break for a while, or whatever your situation is, okay? You can almost be here inside of a relationship, wondering exactly what is this about, okay? Again, they're saying use your own life kind of like a science lab, kind of like a science experiment. Go back and look at the things that have happened real quick. And I'm like 15 minutes into this and still right here, and I apologize. I don't, without discrediting without discrediting myself, I am who I am. I've been married 4 times. My mom always said, if at first you don't succeed, try again. So I did. I have now divorced 3 years and haven't dated in over a year. I'm just so done. This is me. I'm here. But anyway, when I was going to sign the divorce papers for the 3rd time on my 3rd divorce, I was leaving my place of business, and a gentleman said, "Hey, where are you going?" And I said, "I'm headed to the attorney's office to sign my divorce papers." He says, "Oh," he says, "so you're getting a divorce?" I said, "Yeah." He says, "How many is that for you?" I said, 3. He says, I swear this is what he said. He says, "You know, there's a common denominator. And if you look in the mirror, you're going to find it." And I just kind of rolled my eyes and walked away. At that time, I wasn't ready to hear that. But it's always sat in the back of my mind. And today, I look back and I think, what a wise statement, because it's true. I mean, there's a common denominator in every failed situation, okay? And I'm not saying there's something wrong with you, but I'm saying that maybe a way that you look at something could need to be tweaked or whatever. For me, it was an awakening. Once I had the awakening, I could go back and see it. Okay, so just don't hesitate to use your own life as a science lab. Anyway, so they're saying learn from yourself and your relationships, and they're also saying you've already started this process, and just keep on moving forward and talk to the like-minded people who are possibly in the same situation, or not people who want to sit around and badmouth their ex or anything like that. Don't talk to those people, only because that doesn't serve you. That doesn't serve you well, because this creator that she's looking toward, he's not going to badmouth them because he created them too. Okay, and then this part right here, remember, drop the facade, drop the mask. Find purity in your heart with your intentions and your motives when it comes to what's about to happen. Okay. That was a long part on love. I apologize. Okay, so in money, we're getting wisdom. Okay? And what I see here, again, he's carrying his book. Okay, so because it's about money, we're going to say he's carrying his ledger. His money ledger. And again, he's looking toward the sun. So it's like he's looking toward his creator to say, show me, what is it that I need to know in this department? Now, that's not at all what this particular card is about. This particular card is more on a religious, of a religious nature. However, because it's showing up under money, it's telling me that almost like you need to treat your money, or we need to consider our money in the same way that we would consider our religious practices. Because guess what? Money is energy, just like anything else. It's energy. It's a tool. It's something that we use to give and receive, and it's an equal exchange and things like that. So yeah, it's like, here's his ledger, and he's going toward God with it, and he's saying, show me about my money. Okay. Now, let me tell you what they're saying to me about your money. And these are things that you want to consider as you get ready to move into this next cycle. Because remember, whatever energies are with you on September 14th will carry through with you. And the first one that I want to talk about is this one right here. Okay, this card speaks volumes to me whenever I look at it. And I don't see it at all in the same way that most tarot readers see it, I'm sure. But we're all intuitive, and Spirit speaks to us and gives us messages differently. But anyway, this is a woman who's become very successful. Again, this is not gender specific, but she's become very successful. But for whatever reason, whenever she looks in the mirror, she sees the old her. She sees the scrappy kid that grew up on the wrong side of the tracks, if there is a such thing, and that nobody ever thought was going to amount to anything. But she was determined in her heart. She went out there and made something happen. And she's very successful and very independent and able to take care of herself and all these things. But she's real guarded about the truth of who she is and where she came from, because she's not proud of where she came from. So let me tell you what Spirit's telling me about this. They want you to embrace your roots. Embrace everything about where you came from. Because let me tell you something. Where you came from and the experiences that you've had have helped you to become the person that you are. And that's what they're saying. Same thing in this love relationship. It's all about these little steps that we take. And whatever reason you maybe weren't born with a silver spoon in your mouth, for whatever reason that was, you chose it, you decided you wanted to experience something different, and you took this scrappy kid and turned them into something very, very successful, very able, very capable, all those things. So what Spirit's telling me is stop. They want you to stop being ashamed of your roots. Stop feeling like where you came from should be kept a secret. Stop feeling like whatever happened in your life as you grew up. Sometimes, okay, so you might, because you own a business or whatever your position is in your work, you find yourself associating with people of higher education. Possibly they have degrees behind their name or letters behind their name that means something, and possibly you don't. This is just a scenario. You apply it how it resonates. But they have all these things that possibly you don't have. However, you have become as successful as they have. You just took a different route. Okay, so your life experiences, the things that you walked through in your life, were the things that actually served to make you that person. And that's what they want you to do. Recognize it, acknowledge it, honor it, and I want to say release it. Release the guilt or the shame, whatever that is, and then walk forward knowing that you are special, you're valuable, you're worthy, just like anybody else, no matter how many letters they have behind their name, okay? Drop the guilt and the shame. That's what they want to say with that. They also want to say, yeah, this is good. This is going to be an emotional experience with you, and they want you to stay grounded, okay, during this experience. Right here, you see this guy flying through the air on one of those little things that we used to, I think it's a dandelion, that we used to make wishes on when we were kids. We blow them. If all the little white things came off, we knew our wish was coming true. So they're wanting you to know that, they're wanting you to know that, this is going to be emotional. This is going to be a wild ride, embracing who you really are and being proud of that and honoring that. It's going to be a wild ride emotionally for you, okay? They just want you to be aware of that, because when we're aware of what's going to happen, and we know what's coming, we can walk through it a little more gracefully. So that's what they want you to know there. And this is what they're saying. When it comes to your money, when it comes to those things, you have the strength to not only do this, but because of that strength, it's going to bring you even more creative ideas and powers to even further yourself down the road, career-wise, financially, all of those ways. So drop the shame and the guilt. Okay, that's in your money. And in your family and your friends, you've got fulfillment of wishes. Okay, so in the regular tarot, that's the Nine of Cups. That's emotional fulfillment. That's financial fulfillment. That's, it's just whatever your wishes, your deepest wishes have been, that's what that is. And you're getting it in family, friends, and co-workers. So what I'm seeing here is the Queen of Spring. So they're asking you to believe in yourself in all these relationships. Wherever those relationships are challenged, believe in yourself in the purity of who you are and the ability that you have to be able to influence others. And I'm not saying control others, I'm saying influence others. Just being who you are influences others. Whenever you are walking in your purest self, in your highest self, your essence is so strong and so permeating that other people are affected just by your presence. And they want you to believe in yourself about this. They want you to understand that. King of Summer was your other one. Okay, so just like this right here, believe in yourself. This card right here is about somebody who gives, who is able to give very good advice that comes from the heart, that comes from a very pure place. Okay, he's honorable, he's devoted, he's mature, he's warm-hearted, and it looks like this is how God wants you to see yourself as a leader. Believe in who you are and see yourself as the leader. Again, this does not mean go try to control everybody else's behavior. It does not mean trying to get everybody to believe the way that you believe. It means living from your purest self, living from your best self, and letting that love, because that's who we are, letting that love permeate from you in a way that it just affects people. And you're going to find people coming to you without you having to go to them. You don't have to go to them and tell them, hey, this behavior is really, not in your best interest. They're going to come to you and say, this hasn't been really the way that I've wanted it to be, or I don't feel like it's working for me, or whatever. What do you think about that? They're going to come to you, but you have to believe in yourself that you have the wisdom within to be able to give them the advice they're looking for, or to be able to give them from your own experience. It may be one of those experiences that you had that you're ashamed of, but you'll be able to give to them from those experiences stories from your own life that are going to be able to help them move forward in their lives. And because this is coming with family, friends, and coworkers, I can see it playing out in all spectrums. But mostly I see it playing out in your family. And you might say, well, I think that's weird because my family knows I was a scrappy kid. Yes, that's exactly right. But when your family sees other people coming to you and honoring you and honoring your opinion and valuing your opinion, it's like it gives them also the permission to find their best selves. Okay? So this is going to be like a huge ripple effect. But Aquarius, it looks like it starts with you believing in yourself and knowing that from your own experiences you have wisdom to give to others. And this next 12 years can be a cycle of not only you growing into your best self, but because you do that, the people around you in your immediate family are most affected by it, and they're inspired to also embrace who they are and grow into their best selves. You don't have to go to anybody and tell them, this is what I think, because they're going to come to you and say, what do you think? Okay? Look, and seeing things from a different perspective. That they're wanting you to just look at things from a different perspective. You probably already know this. And you know what? I'm a tattletale on myself again. I used to be a control freak. I am not kidding you. I was such a control freak. I thought everybody needed to know what I knew, and they needed to know why it was going to affect their life if they didn't do it the way I thought they should do it based on my personal experiences. So I was that person that would go to everybody and tell them, this is blah, 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 whatever. And it's like with this journey that I've been on, it's like I've come to understand that, guess what? No. There's a saying, when the student is ready, the teacher will come. So you as the teacher, you wait until the student comes. Or let's see, wait. Because whenever they're ready to hear it, they will find themselves in your presence, and you will be able to speak into their lives. And not like this is what you should do, but more like, well, something very similar happened to me. And that's just what happened to me. But, you just use your inner guidance. This is what you say to them. Use your inner guidance. Look, here I am telling you what to do. See, it's just like ingrained in me. But you understand what I'm saying. It's like flipping the coin to the other side. I don't need to go out and tell you what to do. You're going to find me if you need what I have to say, basically. That's how you found this video, okay? And in health and wellness, we have new beginnings. So we're going to ask, or we already did ask, and I can tell you right now, the very first thing is, they're saying, don't be so distracted with the things going on around in this world that you forget to take care of yourself. See this girl? She's so distracted with something out there that's, she feels is important, that this little cherub is down here begging her for attention, begging her for some kind of validation or something like that, and she just doesn't see it. I wonder if that cherub's making any kind of sound, and she's still not hearing it either. But she's off looking into the distance, thinking about all the things that she has to do and all the things, and again, this is not gender specific, but thinking about all those things she has to do and all those things she needs to tend to and all that stuff. And this little cherub saying, but I have such a big blessing for you. Or there's something that you really need to take care of for you, because it's under health and wellness. There's something that you really need to take care of for you. It can be a change in your diet. It can be a change in your exercise regimen. It can be anything. It can be anything. But pay attention to yourself and go within, because that's where you're going to find those answers. Okay, the other thing is unity. And it starts with doing things for the right reason. You want to do things for the right reason. Okay, so what's a good reason to shirk all your responsibilities for a whole day and go have a day at the day spa? What is the right reason for that? The right reason for that is because it puts you in touch with that person, that strong person that has overcome so much, and it honors that person, okay? And it puts you in touch with that scrappy kid that taught you so many things as you grew through this life, and it allows you to honor that part of you. And it puts you in touch with this person, okay, who can actually speak into people's lives in a very influential way without sounding like you're being bossy. Because as Aquarius, guess what? We tend to be bossy. I'm Aquarius sun and moon. So it's been, that's why I'm 54 years old and just now starting to learn. That's why, because I've been in my head all my life. Okay, so yes. So do it for the right reason. Do it for yourself. Because once you take care of yourself, it's kind of like Okay, so whenever you're on an airplane, I heard this just earlier, and it makes so much sense. It wasn't the first time I heard it, but whenever you're on an airplane, they tell you in the case of an emergency, if you have a child with you, the first person you need to take care of is yourself. When those masks drop, you put that mask on yourself first, and then you tend to your child. Why? Because if you try to tend to your child first and you lose too much oxygen, guess what? Then you're no longer there for your child. So for us to be there for the people that we love the most, we have to take care of ourselves first. And that's what, do it for the right reason, okay? And then this is the other thing it wants to tell you, is that it's time to go after some of your dreams, okay? And that's part of this is, I think, more physical wellness. This is, I think, more mental wellness. And this is your spiritual wellness. It's telling you to go after your dreams, go after those things that just fill you up and light you up and just really get you excited. And if you can't do it as part of your career, go volunteer doing it, or you're smart, Aquarius. You can figure that part out. But yeah, so they're just asking you to believe in yourself a little bit more. Let go of any disempowering beliefs, whether it be in romance, in money, in family, in health and wellness, whatever those are. This is basically what it's saying. Let go of disempowering beliefs. And Aquarius, I know this, we are so up here all the time. And sometimes we don't remember the power that comes along with our thoughts, because our thoughts can cause such an emotional reaction that it starts to vibrate into our reality. And that's not just us, that's how it works for everybody, but our thoughts are so intense because we're in our head all the time. We're very intellectual. Okay, but in the same coin, on the other side of that same coin, we're also very, very intuitive and very easily guided by spirit. So we have to open ourselves up to that. I'm going to give you a PS. PSs are almost like my favorite part of any message, and I don't know why. It's just that goofy part of me that loves to have a PS. So I'm going to do a PS, and while I'm shuffling these cards, I want to tell you thank you for stopping by. I am a new channel, so whatever subscribers, if you've already subscribed and liked and commented and all that, thank you so much. Those comments and subscribes and all that stuff has been so encouraging. And if you haven't already done so, please do, because I'd love to see you again. Okay, again, thank you so much for letting me, thank you so much for letting me speak into your lives. So I'm going to give you these 3 messages real quick. Queen of Wands, you're very, very motivated and able to receive what Spirit has to offer you and bring it into the world. The Knight of Swords, you don't go with the fluff and the goofiness and all that stuff. What you do is you cut to the reality of the situation. And this is why people are going to be able to value your opinion and the truth of what you speak so much, because you do it with authenticity and you do it with love at the same time. And last but not least, they're wanting to move you to smoother waters, Aquarius. They're wanting you to have that life, that peaceful life that you've always dreamed of. That's what they want you to have. Okay, Aquarius, thank you so much for stopping in. I really, really do appreciate you staying with me this long, and I look forward to seeing you again. Have a super duper day. Bye.